The arena was still shaking after the brutal main event of SmackDown. Bron Breakker and Big Bronson Reed had just demolished Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton in a hard-hitting tag team war. The crowd booed as the two monstrous powerhouses stood tall, their arms raised high, smirking over the fallen legends. Breakker leaned over Cody, shouting, "This is our era now. The old guard is finished." Bronson Reed slammed his chest, roaring in triumph, as the fans filled the arena with thunderous jeers. But suddenly, boom! The lights dimmed. The crowd erupted. The Titantron flashed that familiar skull logo. A deep growl echoed through the speakers. "Fire Brock Lesnar, fire!" The beast incarnate stormed onto the stage, his eyes locked on the ring like a predator spotting prey. The audience went absolutely insane as Lesnar stomped down the ramp, his face filled with fury. Breakker's cocky grin slowly faded. Reed's confidence turned to disbelief. Lesnar circled the ring like a hunter. Breakker yelled, "You think you can stop us, old man?" But before he could blink, Lesnar leaped onto the apron and entered the ring in one explosive motion. Lesnar stared both men down, no words, just tension thick enough to cut with a knife. The crowd chanted, "This is awesome." Bronson Reed took the first step forward, towering and fearless, but Lesnar smashed him with a thunderous clothesline that sent the 330-pound monster tumbling out of the ring. Breakker tried to counter, tackling Lesnar into the corner, but Lesnar reversed with a brutal German suplex. Then another. And another. The ring shook as Lesnar unleashed his fury. Breakker crawled to the ropes, gasping for breath, but Lesnar wasn't done. He lifted Breakker high and delivered a devastating F5 in the center of the ring. The crowd exploded as Lesnar stood tall, roaring like a beast awakened. Bronson Reed tried to crawl back into the ring, but Lesnar glared at him, daring him to step closer. Reed backed off, dragging Breakker out of the ring as Paul Heyman was seen watching from the stage, eyes wide, whispering into his phone. Lesnar looked down at the carnage he caused, then stared straight into the camera and growled, "You want to make a name for yourselves? Try surviving me first." He threw the microphone down, his theme blaring as the beast stood tall over the wreckage. SmackDown ended in absolute chaos. Brock Lesnar had just sent a terrifying message to the new monsters of WWE. The beast is back, and he's hunting for dominance once again.